Good morning. I want to welcome you all to ATC Live, our virtual worship. This morning we ask that you return with us to the book of beginnings, Genesis chapter number 4. Genesis chapter number 4. And I will begin to read at verse number 1. The man Adam knew his wife Eve intimately. She became pregnant and gave birth to Cain and said, I have given life to a man with the Lord's help. She gave birth the second time to Cain's brother Abel. Abel cared for the flocks, and Cain farmed the fertile land. Sometimes later, Cain presented an offering to the Lord from the land's crops, while Abel presented his flock's oldest offspring with their fat. The Lord looked favorably on Abel and his sacrifice, but didn't look favorably on Cain and his sacrifice. Cain became very angry and looked resentful. The Lord said to Cain, why are you angry? And why do you look so resentful? If you do the right thing, won't you be accepted? But if you don't do the right thing, sin will be waiting at the door, waiting to strike. It will entice you, but you must rule over it. Cain said to his brother Abel, let's go out to the field. When they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. The Lord said to Cain, where's your brother Abel? Cain said, I don't know. Am I my brother's guardian? The Lord said, what did you do? The voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground. Billie Holiday sang a song, Strange Fruit. The lyrics went like this. Southern trees bear strange fruit. Blood on its leaves and blood on the root. One of the founders of the NAACP and the author of Lift Every Voice and Sing, James Weldon Johnson, called the summer of 1919 the Red Summer. He called it the Red Summer because in 1919 white mobs killed over 250 black people. When asked why he called it the Red Summer, Johnson's response was, because there's blood on the ground. Well, here we are 100 years later and black folks' blood is still on the ground. The blood of 1919 came during the third wave of the Spanish flu pandemic. Well, the blood on the ground today is during the COVID-19 pandemic. The blood of 1919 was shed at the hands of white supremacists who killed black people and never went to jail. Well, today, they're still killing black people and not going to jail. They called it lynching in 1919. Today it's called stand your ground and qualified immunity. Then it was done by scared, angry mobs. Today it's done by scared and angry police officers and Republican politicians who won't stand up to a tyrant of a president. Here we are 100 years after 1919, and innocent black folk are still, their blood is still being poured out. In Florida, in Chicago, in New York, in Cleveland, in Minnesota, in Georgia, in Missouri, in Maryland, in South Carolina, black folks' blood is crying out from the ground. So I want to label this text, the blood cries out. That's what we're taught in chapter 4 of Genesis, that the blood of the innocent cries out. In our text, Cain, the older brother of Adam and Eve, is a farmer. His younger brother, Abel, is a shepherd. Now together, their occupations help to fulfill the mandate of God to refill the earth and to have dominion. Now Cain and Abel decide to worship God by bringing an offering. Cain brings some fruit from the ground, and Abel brings the firstborn fatted calf without spot or wrinkle. The Bible doesn't tell us why, But God rejects the offering of Cain and accepts the offering of Abel. Cain gets angry and God shows up and said, it doesn't have to be this way. If you do what's right, your offering will be accepted. But if you don't, sin waits for you at the door. And sin desires to have you. Cain, what you have to do is not let sin have dominion over your life. The Bible says, after God challenges Cain to do what is right, Cain takes Abel out in the field and kills him. God shows back up again and asks Cain, where is your brother? Now, Cain didn't do like his mama and daddy did when they got caught. They tried to hide. Cain does what 45 does. He tells a lie.
Yes.
Cain said, I don't know. Then he said, am I my brother's keeper? My God, if that ain't a 45 answer, I don't know what is. 45 told Bob Woodward when asked about COVID-19, he said, I wanted to play the virus down. I knew that it was dangerous. I knew that it was airborne, but I wanted to play it down. That's just like the statement Cain made. Am I my brother's keeper? Well, Mr. President, that's your number one job. To be your brother's keeper. By protecting them from harm, foreign and domestic. 45 knew the potential dangers of the virus early on. But instead of putting policies in place to prevent the spread, he called it a hoax and told the public that they didn't have to wear masks. All the time knowing that the airborne was dangerous and was airborne. What 45 did was tantamount to taking a gun and mowing down certain segments of the American population. He did it as if they did not have the right to live. They may not look like you 45, but they got the right to live. They may not worship in the church. You worship in 45, but they have the right to live. They may not be the same color you are 45, but they have the right to live. They may not call God by the same name that you call them 45, but they had the right to live. They may not vote like you or earn what you earn, but they had the right to live. There are some things that are wrong, and no one has to tell you that they're wrong. Am I right about it?
Yes.
You know it's wrong to walk into a crowded theater with an automatic weapon and start shooting. You know it's wrong to drive your car into a crowd of protesters. You know it's wrong to shoot the police who are trying to protect the peace. You know it's wrong to shoot a man who is reaching for his driver's license. You know it's wrong to put a chokehold on a man who's already subdued and on the ground. You know it's wrong to put your foot on the neck of a man who's telling you all the time, I can't breathe. There are some things that no one has to tell you is wrong. You just know they're wrong. In the text, Cain killed his brother. And really, I don't understand why he killed him. Cain's issue was not with Abel. Cain's issue was really with God. Abel didn't do anything to him. So why does Cain kill Abel? Well, I know what most of you are saying. You're saying that he killed Abel because God showed favor towards Abel. Well, that's a pretty good answer. But I think we need to go a little bit deeper than that. I believe Cain killed Abel because Cain felt threatened. You see, in antiquity, the older son was supposed to be the entitled son. And the second son was supposed to be the inferior son. Cain is a farmer and Abel is a shepherd. Now, whenever farmers and shepherds get together, there's always a problem. The reason why there's a problem is because livestock infringe on the farmer's territory. Conversely, in the Wild West, the farmers infringed on the grazing land of the cattle. Either way, when farmers and shepherds get together, there's a problem. Because sooner or later, the shepherd will threaten the livelihood of the farmer, or the farmer will threaten the livelihood of the shepherd. So could it be that Cain killed Abel because Cain, the entitled brother, feels threatened by the supposedly inferior brother? Y'all ain't getting it. Y'all ain't getting it. What we have an entitled brother feeling some kind of way because the supposed inferior brother is starting to grow. Y'all ain't getting it. You have a dominant brother realizing that he ain't dominant no more. Y'all ain't getting it. Cain found out that Abel was coming up. Cain finds out that Abel is getting big. Cain finds out that Abel is really able. And this is what happens when the majority ain't the majority anymore. This is what happens when the entitled recognize that the inferior ain't inferior no more. And to bring it into contemporary times, this is what happens when Abel votes. When Abel votes, he puts who he wants in the White House. When Abel votes, Abel changes the landscape. And Cain kills Abel when Abel's privilege is challenged.